Hello, welcome to Stock Market Weekend Review. Kind of a cloudy day today. Gotta turn on the light, otherwise it'll be too dark in here. It's getting muggy down here. Okay, the weather in Florida, for those that know, April is the beginning of mugginess. It's already not so nice to be outside for too long because muggy, and then by May it get hot, hot, hot. All right, let me make sure everything is up and running properly before I start. Yesterday was an interesting day. A lot of bargains to be had. I did some shopping, but not big shopping. Okay, I bought a bunch of stuff, a bunch of time, but I'm not yet ready to throw, say, 5% or 10% of my money into a market. I usually do that when you see one of those big, like, down 2 or 3%. That's when you throw in 5 to 10% of your money. Day like yesterday, put in 1% kind of thing, buy things on a dip, buy a few stuff on sales, but it's not the kind of down day where I'm just like, I'm gonna go all in and put 5%, 10% of my money into a couple of stocks. No, not yet, not yet. Okay, so keep that in mind. Buy the dip, but at the same time, don't buy too quick, too fast. All right. Um, the big surprise for me is Bitcoin, crypto. All right, I think that's what saved the market yesterday. Bitcoin looked pretty weak at the start of Friday trading, and then it firmed up by lunchtime, and I think that help the market stabilize and not keep dropping, right? Because you look at Bitcoin. Okay, for those that haven't followed Bitcoin enough, look at this thing. Okay, look at this. Okay, so there you go. That's 8 a.m. yesterday. Look at that thing. All right, that's pretty ugly. All right, and then it reversed. All right, it reversed, and it's stabilized now. But this move right here has a lot to do with how the Nasdaq react the last 3 hours of the day. All right, if we didn't have this and this keep going down, I think we would have an uglier finish as far as the Nasdaq is concerned. Ethereum, same thing. Okay, even the big guy is surprised at the way crypto behaved because he thought for sure, because he got stopped out. Okay, he stopped out of both of his position. He's not fear of missing out anything, because for him, yeah, it dropped where he thought it would drop first. It filled the gap. Look, see, it filled the gap. All right, but then it bounced, so that surprised him because he thought for sure it's going to fill the gap and keep going lower. So did Bitcoin fill the gap? I don't think so, but we'll see. I didn't look. Yeah, it filled the gap. See, it filled the gap. Bitcoin did. That was, I discussed this for those in the chat group. Was it Wednesday night, where I talk about where I think Bitcoin is going, and I outline. And the big guy, thought the same thing. Okay, and he thought for sure it's gonna close on this day here. His hunch was, if this give, it would close the gap, and sure enough, it did close the gap and bounce. So that surprised him. This move surprised him. Surprised me too. I think it surprised many people that follow the market. Okay, so does that mean that all is good? No. Let's make it very clear. Bitcoin is 46,000. Okay, it was 48,000 earlier during the week. So no, it's not all good. All right, so over let's not overestimate how good things are. It's not. This is a treacherous bear market still that we need to navigate slowly without getting burned, right? Okay, so yesterday the chip got manhandled. I did not follow many chip individually. I watched the SMH. Okay, I watched the SMH. You heard me. If you follow me, you did hear me sell my SMH over here, right? I said I got out. I also got out of quite a few chip position. And this is what we have. Morning, Jason and Jesse. So this is what we got. Okay, we got this big, nasty 3-day sell off. All right, and it bounced off the 20 MA. So that's kind of nice, right? When it was down here, the big guy and I was watching this, and we said it needs to hold. All right, it needs to hold. Otherwise, the Nasdaq is gonna go back into down here. Okay, we're gonna revisit all this nastiness down here, but if you look at the SMH pattern, this SMH has done this a ton of time. Look at this, 3 ugly day. Look at this, 3 ugly day. 3 ugly day. Okay, 3 ugly day. 3 ugly day. It tend to do that. Okay, there's a pattern to this that if you go back many years. Okay, look, 3. Sure, there are occasion 1, occasion 2, but there's a lot of 3 ugly days, and occasionally you have 4 ugly days. Okay, so let's hope this is one of those variety that is 3 ugly days, bounce off the 20 and stabilize. That's what we want to see. All right, so let's not go too crazy. That so I bought some. I finally accumulate 100 shares of Qualcomm. Okay, I start to nibble a little bit, but yesterday I did buy substantially enough down here that I end up with 100 share now of AMD and Qualcomm. So it's still a fairly small position where, if it was like a bigger dump for whatever reason, or should we revisit this low, there might be time for me to double down, triple down kind of thing. So I leave a lot of powder, okay? But finally, okay, I want to, reason why I talk about how many shares is I want to illustrate how slow I have been buying, right? There is no, you know, let's go in and buy 100 share on the first buy. No, I buy 5 share, and then I buy 10, and then I buy 20, and then I buy 50 kind of thing. So it end up being 100 shares, so it's not a big deal. I said this many times already. My first buy is very small. It's not a big deal. Even if a stock drop 5%, it's like $10 down. It's not gonna kill me. I think by doing so, it helped me not get too emotional when a stock go lower after I make my first buy. It's just my strategy. I'm not saying it's a right strategy or wrong strategy. It's just the way I do things. Okay, so SMH down. Do we need to take a look at any other chip stock? We all know it went down. Intel got the whack. I sold my Intel, right? Yeah. Is it a surprise? Is it time to buy Intel? Maybe. Okay. So it get to a point where, yeah, when Intel was this big green candle, come on. Okay, that Intel has done this before. Okay, we had this big green, and then they have a couple of days of follow through, and then they give. Look at this. We done this before. Okay, we done this before. You want to see this smaller control up move. Once you get the big candle, it's time to look for the exit. All right, it's not time to hang around and hope for higher. Okay, that's not how Intel works. Okay. It's nothing wrong getting out, you know, at 51, miss out another 50 cents, a dollar, and then now you $3 above. Okay, so yeah, Intel I would consider re-entry around 48-ish. If it get over the 50 and the 20, prove to me that it can stabilize in the next couple days, next week. Yeah. Okay, so Intel back in the game there. MU, oof, oof. Okay, I mentioned back on Wednesday or earlier during the week that I like MU around here at the 78-ish. I'm watching it. Good thing I did not buy into it yet. And then did I buy yesterday? I bought a bunch of little things. I don't think my order for MU trigger. I don't think it did. I put in an order, but I think it was too low. I'm pretty sure I did not buy because I would have mentioned it in the chat group. I did have an order that I put in, but by the time I put in, it already bounced back. I think my order was like 74 something, but it already snapped back and I missed it. Avago, would I touch Avago? Avago. I wait until 605. It need to get down to 605 first and see. You know, I think the last time I trade Avago last week, or yeah, was it last week? Time go by too quickly. But I think my buys on Avago was 602, something like that. So yeah, for now, Avago, no touch. But once again, the big guy was right on when he said Avago was his favorite chip stock to play. He felt that that has the strongest chart, the strongest momentum, and he was correct. So the master, the big guy, he was right there. Okay, so Skyworks, thankfully I got out. It's back to where I would consider down here at 128. But the weakness in Apple is gonna make it very volatile. Okay, so for me, that's why I bought Skyworks and sold pretty quickly. I was not gonna hang around. Okay, this is very dependent on Apple, right? And any kind of sneezing by Apple, any kind of rumors by Apple not doing well, and you get this nasty kind of move. Okay, but at least down here at 128, I think the risk reward is okay. As far as I know, if Skyworks keep going down here sideways, it's a good thing because then the 20 and the 50 MA will keep squeezing down. All right, that's okay. Let's keep. It has a way to go. It has not leveled out yet. The 20 MA is trying to level out here. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting close. We'd like to see the 50 and the 20 MA meet in a week or two, and then I think the trade will be even more. Would be even better as far as risk reward on semi here. All right. If you want to nibble, you can, but for sure, if the big guy was here, he would say you can nibble, but for sure, have your stop at the low up day. Okay, because it's so close to the 20 and the 50. All right, so if you want to buy Monday, after the first 15 minutes, have your stop somewhere down here. Because if this give, where do you think it's gonna go? Where can this go if this give? The gap fill, okay, down to 56.85. So would you like to save yourself $2? I think most traders would say yes, save myself $2, right? Because $2 is a lot of money on this kind of move on a stock that's $58. Okay, so have your stop there so that you can save yourself another $2 below. because if I was gonna buy here, for sure that's what I would do. And then what I would do is I put a stop right here, and then I put an order below it down here. Okay, so a lot of time that's what I do, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Is I put a stop, right, but then I also put a buy order like right there, so that on any crazy move where I got stopped out of a position, I buy it back where I think it's gonna stop. So yeah, now can it keep on going lower? Absolutely, but at the minimum, I saved myself $2, right? I saved that gap. So you can utilize that strategy. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it stopped me out and then it bounced up and I lose a share. That happened too. Okay, so it's 50-50, but at least that's how that's my strategy for stop and buy back below. Okay, so yeah, that's one way to do it. Oh, now the sun is coming out and it's nice and too bright. Let me turn up the light. All right. Let's take a look at ASML. All right. I would say if it was up to me, for me, ASML, I would just do nothing. Okay, I would do nothing. It's one of those things where, if you want to nibble, you can, but I would just rather wait to see if it's gonna come down here. For sure, down here. Okay, this perfect spot here at about 650. Yeah, I would wait. AMAT, how did AMAT do? AMAT, oh, all right, nice bounce, but we'll see. Okay, Monday can be a bad day. Who knows? Okay, so down here, 123, 124. Yes, for AMAT, absolutely, absolutely. If you've been waiting to buy AMAT, put in an order around 124 on a crash. If we have a dip on Monday for whatever reason, yeah. Now, if we don't, and this thing start to run, if you want to chase it and buy, let's say it's a good day Monday, right? If you want to buy it, sure, but make sure you get out at 139. Okay, it's if you want to chase it at 128 and run $10 higher, you can. If you're fast, okay, this is the kind of thing you got to be quick. You can't buy and then take a vacation. Lamb research, yeah. Hey, we all want to buy Lamb research down here, right? We missed it and we watch it keep on running. Well, guess what? Here's the spot. It needs to hold. Okay, it needs to hold. If we have a bad Monday, right? Say hello down here. Same thing with AMAT down here. I buy all day. The risk reward is better for AMAT than Lamb research, because Lamb research has this 50 MA right here, which it already rejected. Okay, so any pump, unless it is a major pump to get over the hump and run to 605, 606, yeah, it's gonna be tough. Okay, it already failed multiple times trying to get close to 200 and then 100. So are we in a bull market where this is gonna somehow be different? No, we are in a bear market. So I don't like this. Okay, this is not attractive to me. Compared to AMAP, no. Compared to ASML, no. Let's move on to banks, which got clocked as well. I bought some. Yeah. It filled the gap for Morgan Stanley. Okay, fill the gap and bounce. Okay. I probably will add. Okay, I did add yesterday. I also add to JP Morgan because basically it did get down there. I had an order down here and just above the gap, and I bought a little bit. I also had order at the gap, and it did not go. I had, well, first I had order at the gap, okay, and then when it didn't go down far enough and it's kind of start to reverse, then I went in and bought a little bit. I bought more Wells Fargo as well. Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, it's Wells Fargo should do well. I did not buy any Goldman Sachs. My brother did. But yeah, it's the risk reward is okay. You know what I mean? But I told my brother not to be too heavy because I think the Goldman Sachs, the JP Morgan might have not so great return as far as, you know, I think the market's already factored in the fact that many financial won't have blowout number because we have high rate, right? We have high rate, which should benefit many banks, but at the same time, because the stock market has been so bad the last quarter, there is not a whole lot of IPO, okay? And they got a ton of money from IPO, okay? That's where the Goldman Sachs, the JP Morgan, the Morgan Stanley make a lot of money, is IPO fees. The market know that, okay? The market know that. Some people don't know that, but I think, does that mean that if they're gonna miss earning and the market won't tank them? The market will tank them. The market knows it, but I'm pretty sure as of right now, earning has already been revised down for many of these banks because how often have you heard IPO the last 3 months on CNBC? None. Okay. None. TROL. Yeah. You know why? High rates. Okay. High rates. T. Rowe Price is big on bonds. Okay. Okay. So is it? It's not a surprise to see they doing better. So as rates go higher, you're gonna see some inflow of people putting money into bonds because now it's worth allocating some money into bonds. If you bought bonds up here and then get crushed with yield rising like here, but I think yield has risen to a point where yield has already factored in something like 8 rate rise. Okay, so it's high. It's I can't imagine it. You know, when we thought that Goldman Sachs predicts 7 or 9 rate hike a month ago, we thought that was crazy, but it doesn't seem so crazy now that bonds have factored in that and marched the rate. I mean, the 10-year is already like 2.4. Yeah, trust me, it already factored in the 8 rate raise. So if you those that avoid the carnage in the rising in rate and bond crashing, okay, now they might come back. All right, let's move on to well, since we're still doing financial, look at Square. Square. Risk reward favor waiting down here. Okay, unless some major big news for Square to bust through the 100 MA right now. If I was in it, right, I would have sold a lot up here or get stopped out right here, all right? Because right now the risk reward is 50-50. This, you can go down here or you can go up here, right? So it's not very attractive to add more to Square. PayPal I like more. Okay, PayPal I like a lot more right now because it is at the point where keep going sideways. I mentioned yesterday, I bought everything back that I sold. I sold a little bit up here at 122, 121. And then I bought it back at 115 something. It was 115 something. So, and I add more. Okay, I bought back what I sold, and then I added more because I think going sideways for another week or two, it can go another week or 2 weeks. Okay, so, but I'm also very aware that with earning, I gotta be careful. Depending on what PayPal do before earning. If PayPal ramp higher, like spike over the 50 MA into earning, you betcha I'm going to sell a lot. I learned my lesson many times. When a stock ramp into earning, don't sit around and think that it's going to go way higher. Okay, a lot of time that's a signal to sell out, at least sell some. PM, what a move, what a move. You know, I always enjoy seeing a move over the 20 MA that follow through with a boss move, but that move is over. Okay, I would not be buying here. If you want, see right now the risk reward is no longer good. It's back to 50-50. Where can you go? Back down to the 20. How high can you go? Up here. Okay, it's literally the same distance. So if you have PM, you better start selling up here. Okay, look, the 100 MA, right where the gap down happened. Okay, so you better sell some here, you better sell some here, and for sure you better sell some at the gap fill. Your end move, I would say, is your 50 MA, but there's 3 or 4 areas to take profit here. This is it. This is it for PM. All right, I would not buy. No sorry. The buy move was here, right? When it get over the 20 MA and prove to you that it's holding the next day, that was a spot. Okay, that's what the big guy always trying to preach. He's just like, don't buy on this move, buy on the confirmation, buy on the confirmation, and after that, congratulations. V, if you have it, have your stop here. Okay, have your stop at the 200 MA. Your run can be up here. You gotta sell at 235 here. You got to. It already been rejected hard twice. Okay, so if we are heading into a slow economy, potential recession, unless I don't know, I don't see. Can it go to all-time high? I guess, but if I have share, that's the place. MA, same thing. Okay, same thing. Nothing different there. AXP might be different. AXP, gotta sell. Okay, I sold some. Would I buy AXP down here? Yes. 50 MA, some. 20 MA for sure. Okay, for sure. AXP is in it's in a nice looking channel. Okay, it's a channel here going on here. Let me see. Okay, perfect, right? Duplicate drawing, bring it down. I'm showing you the channel drawing right here. This is how you do channel. Okay, see that? Look at that, perfect channel. Okay, you see how I did that? If you didn't, go back and rewatch it later. That's how you do a channel. The big guy is a big fan of channel trading. Okay, big fan. He loved the channel trading. Okay, so how far can AXP go if we go into some bull run with credit card company up here? Okay, he's gonna say sell some at the all-time high, but save some for 202 up there. Okay, but for sure, I would add down here for sure. If the market crash for whatever reason, 160 is back up the truck. Channel low. Okay, the big guy is a huge fan of channel low on the buy and a huge fan of channel sell on the high. Big fan. In fact, he talk about that all the time. That's how a stock can go higher above all-time high, the channel high, okay? Otherwise, if there's no channel, get the F out. Save that. That's a nice looking chart. Question on MO. What do we think? MO. Philip Morris. Altria. Is it a better chart? I say no. It's there. Okay. This was the resistance. If we break this, can we go higher? Yeah. But how much higher? Not a, yeah, it's, nah. See, I think the play on tobacco and alcohol might be, well, depends. I think for sure, I just don't see, the risk reward just does not favor going in here, okay? But have a good day, but not good enough for me to buy back, okay? Not good enough. I missed the trade down here when the gap filled, okay? I was right to sell up here, and I missed it on the gap fill, and it keep on running. So for now, I'm doing nothing. I'm watching it. Okay? So on any dump to 60, you betcha I'm back. I like it even more at 58, 59, okay? So, but for me, down here, I would buy. I like Bud. I also sold out of STZ, Constellation brand. Look, this is it. Over. Done. Okay? It hit the channel. It hit the trend line. The back end of the trend line. Okay? So I think the move is done. Speaking of drinks, Pepsi. Nice. If you still have Pepsi, oops. I hate that when I do that. It looks stupid. Bullish on Pepsi, okay? First of all, look, break out of the channel. Big guy like that, okay? And then boss move over all the MA. Big guy like that. So where now? If you want to put your stop down here, you can. Otherwise, it can run. It can run, okay? It can run to the all-time high, all right? It can. How's Coke doing? I haven't looked at Coke in a while. Coke, all-time high. See? There we go. So if Coke is at all-time high, Pepsi can be the catch-up trade, okay? It can run. So if you still have Pepsi, which I do, I sold some, but I still have some. I probably have half. Let it run. It could catch up to the all-time high, and then get out. McDonald's. Tough spot here. Okay, I think the good time on McDonald's is over as far as the move. Okay, so if I do I still have McDonald's? Let me check. I know I sold some, and I know I still have some, but the right move would have been to sell at the downtrend. Okay, that was it, but I did not. So let's see what the I had an order, but it was a little bit too high. I had an order at 252. Okay, that was my sell order, and I missed it. I sold some when it gapped up. Okay, and then I hold on to it, and I put, let's see, McDonald's. How much do I have? Do I have any? Come on. No, it's gone. I need to check where did I sell it. Where did I sell the rest of my McDonald's? I thought I sold. I know I sold some. I didn't know I sold all. Let's see. I might have sold all on the gap up, if that was the case, which is okay. I know I sold some at 348 or 248. I mean, I remember that price. What the heck is going on? Let's see. What did I do with my McDonald's? Correct. I sold it all at 238. To the 239. I sold some at 238, some at 239. It is what it is. Do I have, yeah, 248, 249. And I also sold some at 238. All right, so I'm out completely of McDonald's. Completely out. Yeah, transport got the whack-a-mole. Is it because of recession fear? Yeah, but for the brave folks that dive down here, I think you did okay. Okay, I think you did okay. The risk reward favor buying down here. Okay, so if you put it in an order at the 200 MA on UPS and got some, I think you did okay. FedEx, same thing, drop down to a moving average. So if you dive down there, which I did not, my focus was on chip for the most part. Yeah, it's down here. Okay, so I would say if you want to dive down here on Monday, I will put more focus on there Monday to see what's going on with the FedEx and UPS. I did not do any buy. I need to check with the big guy to see what he think. Let's take a look at some FANG stuff. Facebook did good. We'll see. We'll see if Facebook can break through. Okay, it's been playing peekaboo here with the 50 MA. All right, I have not sold any. Okay, I have not sold anything here. So it keep coming down, and Facebook keep hugging it 3 days in a row, hugging tight. So we'll see a breakthrough here, and we can see 280. Come on, right? Come on. Twitter, same thing, hugging that thing. Okay. I did sell some. I did sell some Twitter. Match, breakthrough. We have a breakthrough. I think we can run. I talk about how I like match, right? Beautiful here. Broke the trend, broke the 20, broke the 50. Could be going sideways for a couple of days, but I think we can have a move to the. This is one of those companies that I think have better comps going forward with the pandemic behind us, less lockdown. We can see better numbers from Tinder, Match.com, all that stuff. I think this is a kind of company where the tailwind is behind it, okay? It faced headwind for 2 years, okay? But the tailwind is coming. Speaking of tailwind, JetBlue doing okay. Was floating around with this 200 MA for a couple of days. That's fine. I'm fine. Nothing to worry about. It has the tailwind. There's no reason for me to sell any here. If it keep riding the 200 MA, that's fine. Going sideways, that's fine. Delta. If it can break above, it can run. Okay, it can run to 45. There is a 10 to 15% move here on Delta. Okay, yeah, there is a move there. Save Spirit. That might be the bargain of the crew. Okay, there is room there. American Airline. Buy on dip. 17.5. Okay. Pins. Yeah, it's all right. I bought some. I add some, and then I did nothing. Okay, so I'm not concerned about it. It's a small position, but it's you know, if the big guy was here, he would say he would have stopped out at the 20 MA. Okay, because to me, it's too tight. The big guy would be like, yeah, between the 20 and the 50 is so tight, he wouldn't be, you know, all that concerned about it, to be honest. But for now, if you want to wait until the 50 break to be more bullish, you can. I got my little holding in here. I might add. The more it goes sideways, I might add. Okay. I'm not worried about that at all. Pin. Not now. A similar company, Etsy. I like Etsy here. Okay. Etsy have a downtrend, an uptrend that it bounce, and then it kind of violated here, and it's trying to get back. Okay, so if it can get back above, I think it's safe to go into Etsy here. Ideally, I want to see Etsy trade sideways in this little range so that the 20 MA and the 50 MA will catch up, and then we can have the big move up here. So I'm watching Etsy closely. Okay, I'm watching Etsy very closely for an entry. What else can I talk about? Already talk about Facebook. Have we talked about the big one like Shop? Oops, not Shoop, Shop. I did not buy any Shop. I'm gonna be patient and wait. Shop is very volatile. Okay, Shop is one of those stocks that can move 50 bucks range on any given day. I told my brother 666 would be the spot for me to consider. I have an alert with my E-Trade account, so when it's 666, I get an email, a text. I buy down here. Okay, Shop on a bad day can come down to 650 in a heartbeat, and I would buy Shop at 650 on a heartbeat. I have been trading in and out of Shop quite a few times in the last couple of weeks with good success, so I will keep doing that. You don't have to buy a lot. Okay, you can buy 20 shares and it's up 30 bucks. Who's gonna sneeze on 600 bucks on 2 or 3 days holding? It's one of those volatile stocks that I never buy more than 10 or 20. That's all you need. Just like Booking. Booking is very volatile. No need to buy a whole lot. Okay, I sold all of my Booking at 24 100 and higher, sold them all. Where would I start to buy back? Down here. Okay. Down here, gap fill, absolutely. You know, booking is also very volatile. Okay. So no worry there. I still have Airbnb. Still have Airbnb looking to sell at 180. Okay. Looking to sell at 180. I have some. So it's gonna go there. I don't think it's gonna. Can it break that? That would be nice. But for now, that's my target. It's 180. Facebook. We talked about Facebook before. Yeah, we did. We don't talk about Facebook. Google. Google. I had an order here. Did not go low enough. I had an order sitting here at 27.58. I was looking to buy some, add more, add back, but it did not go enough. So I will leave that order there. Okay. I would add here. I would add for sure down here. All right. The 20 MA rising, you betcha. 27. If we have a dump down to 27.10, I would go heavy on Google. DDOG, the big guy talked about this yesterday. You know, it's kind of like in no man's land, risk reward kind of meh. He think a move over the 100 MA and you can see 185. Okay, that's so for him. He's waiting. The big guy is waiting for a bust out move or buy down here, right? So that's what the big guy's doing. He's like, buy down here, 146, 147, buy the dip down there. If we have a breakout above 159, then we can run to 180, okay, 185. That's the play, okay? He talked about that yesterday. Otherwise, he said, you missed the move, okay? The move was right here, all right? It's always the big guy. Always watch for the 20 MA, okay? When something cross the 20 MA, it get on his signal. His alert goes off on the 20 MA. Text my brother here. I think I cover everything I need to cover. Unless there's anything specific, I will. What else can I talk about that I have not talked about in a while? Oh, of course, Home Depot. Ugly move. I bought 300. Yes, I did. I like it. Okay, I like it. This is about as good of a support you can have with Home Depot, right? Now low have an ugly day. Ugly day. Ugly. But it came down to a level of support and bounced a little bit, so that's fine. I think the lowest I bought of low was 203, I believe. That was ugly. This is one ugly 3 days, okay? But this coincide with Restoration Hardware, all right? Big dump here, all right? So I talk about it in the chat group as far as, you know, where the big guy would go in. So the big guy does like where Home Depot, Lowe's, and Restoration Hardware is. He's waiting for confirmation that the bottom has bottom. The bottom is there for him to go in, because all it takes, starting, you know, very shortly, we will enter in hurricane season again, and you know how that's gonna go. All it takes is one storm and Home Depot will be skyrocketing again. Tesla, What would I do here? Nothing. I don't have anything on Tesla. And if you have Tesla, I hope you, well, if you did not move your stop up and you still long Tesla, then have your stop. Where? If you don't have it at the low of day yesterday, at the minimum, have your stop at the gap down here at 1054, right? Because if that thing give, say hello to 1023, okay? Where would I buy Tesla at 1023? Maybe, okay? Probably not. But that would be the only spot that I would consider buying into Tesla. Keep in mind, we have big gap up on decent volume and then declining volume for 4 days in a row. So this is not anything to hang your head, okay? This is just, yeah, be careful. The next big candle could be, the next big volume spike could be a big dump. Yeah. LH got the beating as well, and I bought some more. Okay, I bought at 262, 263. I like it. If you can stomach the kind of big candle move, LH for a non-tech stock, LH is very volatile. Okay, I don't need to show you. You can take a look at the chart and see that it moves. Okay, it moves. I like LH. I like DGX. I add more. DGX I have not bought yet. Okay. The big guy, I asked the big guy last night on DGX, and for him, he see down here, right? Obvious is a buy, but for him, if this thing firm up, he think it can run again. Okay. He like the sector, the diagnostic sector. Okay. There are money where the money is flowing. The money is flowing out of those two into EXAS, EXAS. Pretty decent move the last couple of days, the last 2 weeks actually. But it is at the key point here. I have some exposure to EXAS. Okay, I have some. I told my brother have a lot more than me. And I told him we better watch this 100 MA. It has been a resistant. Okay, it has been for a long time. Do not ignore this. I told him we need to sell some here on Monday. If we get anywhere near it and retreat, we need to get the F out. Okay, because look, every rejection has been pretty painful. So we're gonna watch that very careful. But a bust out of this can be huge. A bust out and we can see something that we haven't seen in a long time. The 200 MA up there. Another diagnostic company, GH. I have more in GH. I like it. Where can it go? 78, 79. Yeah. So the pain in LH is replaced by the gain in GH and EXAS for me. Okay, so because I have exposure to all three companies, but I like LH. I'm not fearful of LH at all. It's a solid company. Okta, as I mentioned in the chat group, I bought back everything I sold at 158. I bought some at 150, 148, 149. Okay, so I have bought back everything. I'm back to what I had before. Would I add more if it keep going sideways? Probably. Okay, I probably will add more. Would I add more down here if it revisit the low of 135? Yes. Yes, I would double down on what I have right now down there. Oh, the one that's been crushing it. Palo Alto. I don't know. If you still have it, good luck. I don't know how high it can go. Okay, it's already show you various rejection here, so I don't know. I'm out. So not in that right now. I think that cover just about everything, right? Anyhow, have a good weekend. Finger crossed that peace will be achieved shortly in the UK, in the Ukraine, and then we will have a rip your face off. Oh, before we go, oil, USO. Okay, not shorting there. XOM. Um, where would I buy XOM? Down here, 50 MA. Okay, so if I see anything near down right below 80 to 79, yes, I would buy. Okay, to have some exposure to oil. I had Halliburton, got out. Halliburton, yeah, I wouldn't touch it here. No, 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 no. Slumberjay, Slumberjay might be a better buy. Okay, Slumberjay is right at the 20 MA. So if you want exposure to driller, Slumberjay might be a better play compared to Halliburton. And Slumberjay is a better company too. Chevron, way too high, way too high. Not touching Chevron up here. Okay, XOM is it for me. That's it, people. That cover pretty much many different sectors, and I will see you on Monday.